studio in Bellevue. My name is Ruth Moen, and this is where I paint. This is where I paint every morning, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. I get up at 4 in the morning, I come in here in my pajamas, and I start talking to my art pieces. So come on in and have a look at what I do. I like taking pieces that have been thrown away. This is a good example. Someone for $5 said, take this off my hand. Little wood piece, who knows? It's kind of, it's an old bouvet. I don't know what you call these things. You have to look inside. It's pretty nasty at this point. But it will turn into an adorable little frog or a little lizard with multiple colors, and it will just, something that was thrown away will just charm someone. Maybe it'll become a plant bowl. This is what I like to do with wood pieces. Let me take your eye to, let's go down and look at this. This is probably as unfinished as the piece I just showed you, is a children's piece. And it was an unsightful little wood thing that someone had thrown away. And I've now made it into a charming chairs and table that children love sitting on. I use acrylic paint because it's non-toxic, and then I cover it with something like a boat varnish so that it can withstand lots of little hands, big hands, pencils, dirt, whatever. It all cleans up with 409. So as we go through the art room, here's another little art piece, another children's table, because we like those. And you can take a look at my tables. It's always messy in here. My floors are full of paint because I drop paint around. It's my art room. I don't care. And another thing that I like to do that is always fun, I'm always working on one, are rugs. And I like to do what I call walk-on art. An example of a little rug. Ooh, now I've just spilled something on my art because it is messy in here. But everything cleans up. Oh, and you are listening to my cat who is in here bitching, who joins me every morning, and now there's someone in my art salon besides him. A little rug, probably 2 feet by 3 feet. They're great in bathrooms, great under the kitchen sink. This is a little fishy design. It's a heavy floor cloth that I get, 24 ounces. And then I paint it, and then I varnish it, and I throw it on the floor, and people walk on it, and they have lives from 4 to 8 years, depending on who's keeping them clean or not. Here's another little fishy rug. Nothing is ever the same in my life. Everything is unique, one of a kind, and it depends on my morning inspiration. And I got this fish inspiration when my grandson went to the aquarium and he saw a fish kind of like this, and he wanted me to paint it, so I did. And here's another rug design. These rugs I sell for about $175. This is a different type of design that works very nicely. It's my fish heads. Let's see if we get the fish heads upside down. But it's just free-form designs. I have no idea where these animals or shapes come from. They develop as each piece is developed. This is circles. This is a different form of fish. You can see one fish in there, and who knows, fish within a fish. Here's another red-colored rug. And a geometric one. Fish in the center. Oop, lighting, who knows. I also like bigger rugs because I will put them any place. They'll in front of the stove, in a hall. And this one's probably a 2 by 5. I don't know if we can see that. A larger fish rug. These are very popular. I sell them for about $325. And this particular fish rug is my concept of fish running in a Montana stream. This one's a little bigger. It's probably 3 feet by 5.5 feet. People always ask me, have I always painted? And of course I haven't. I didn't start painting until 1995. And how I got into painting is I went into Tibet illegally. So it was rather heightened. I had to pretend I wasn't part of a women's conference. And when I got in there, I went to an oracle temple. And while I was meditating and chanting with the monks, I had a very unusual experience. I was unprepared for it. I didn't know what it meant. But ultimately what it was is I touched the void. I totally lost track of time, all kinds of sense about the three-dimensional world. And through that experience, I call it the art voice appeared. And the art voice has been my companion ever since. And this art voice has been very specific. I didn't cook this stuff up. It said, "You will paint." And I said, "Woo, I'm a lawyer. How can I paint?" You will paint, you will blow up your photography, you will glue it on a mat board, and you will do geometric designs around it. It was specific enough that I took it seriously. And I started painting in 1995, and I have painted every day since. From that, I've gotten further instructions to do rugs, to take objects that were thrown away and make them into new happy characters. And I stay in a state in this room of constant listening. Show me the way. Tell me what to do. What colors should I use? What characters should I use? And if I stay open, the most unusual, fun images pop in. I've always fished with my father, so I do the subject matter that is pertinent. If I'm fishing with my father, I take fishing pictures. An example would be, these are the streams we would fish. I take that picture, and then of course I'll do a fish rug or a fish chair. But it is, when I paint it, it totally comes back to me of the exact spot I was with my father. Rivers are real important to me. To me, they are our life force. So when I take a picture of a river, I know that it's very sacred, and I am capturing a moment of sacred time. And if I understand that when I paint it, when people view it, they have a sense of getting lost in the river, and it teaches them something. They feel its energy. I like mountains for that very reason. I ski, so I'll take pictures of mountains. I am an addict for architectural structure. And the architectural structure I spend a lot of time in is various forms of churches or sacred places, whether it's temples or rivers and temples where the dead is buried or where the living celebrate. In the end, it's all about Mother Earth, who, to me, every inch of her is sacred and should be photographed and set up as a temple piece. And that's what I do.